All right.
I'm in the legendary Venice, Louisiana today, and we are going after one of my favorite species to catch anywhere, and that's redfish. This place and the marshes around the area have some of the best red fishing in the world. I'm excited. Let's get out there and go get them. Well, today I'm with a legendary captain, actually the captain that started guiding here in Venice, Louisiana, what, 30 some odd years ago?
It's been a while.
And I can't tell you how excited I am. This is my good friend, Mike Frenette.
Without a doubt, it's the best fishing in the continental United States for a variety of species. You can start at the top with blue marlin and come all the way down into the inshore species, and it's just phenomenal.
All right, well, Mike says this is the deal around here. It's a pop and cork rig, so you got a nice big cork, a little bit of weight in the bottom, just give it a pop, and a nice little Strike King soft plastic jig mimics a little mullet or some sort of bait fish. These things are really cool. If you've never seen them, they really stretch like that, so you can get a lot of use out of them. Just put it right there on the jig head, push it all the way up. It's got a lot of little action, so like Mike was telling me, you give this a pop, you know, it sounds like another redfish feeding on the surface. The other reds come along, check it out, see what's going on, and they see this guy swimming around down there below it, and boom, the cork goes under, got your fish on. Well, Mike pulls up into this cove, and it literally wasn't 2 casts before, boom! Fish on, baby. Man, he smoked it too. You heard that popping cork, came over to check it out, and I mean, he smoked it. And Mike's making fun of me saying it's a small one, even though it's in the low 30-inch class. I mean, that's a good one where I'm from. Oh yeah, good. There you are. Nice one. Nice fish. Beauty. Look at that guy. That's a nice male. You can tell the difference between a male and a female redfish. The males will drum at you and the females don't. He's sitting there going, blah, 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 blah. And look at that blue on his tail too. That is just gorgeous, huh? Nice fish, man. That's a signature fish right in Venice. All right. Look at the girth on that guy, huh?
No, that's a fatty, isn't it?
That is a fatty. What did you say? More redfish out there? Okay, let's get him back in there.
And there's no way that you can leave the dock in the morning and say, hey, I'm gonna go catch a redfish on this. Can you do it? Maybe. But the smartest thing is to bring A to Z with you. Be prepared. It's hard to judge the size by the fight because they all fight hard, but this one here feels like he's at least an inch longer than that last one you caught. There's a lot of fish that, for the most part, you've got to take one type of bait with you. And if the conditions aren't right, you're kind of out of luck. But with redfish, even on the harshest conditions, you can figure out a little game plan and catch. You might not catch a ton of fish, but you're going to have enough action to keep you satisfied.
Man, look at the girth on him.
That's the thing about these fish, they're so healthy. They look like a largemouth bass with the belly sagging.
I mean, look at that belly. That is just ridiculous. I don't think I've ever seen one like that in Florida. You just don't get them like that.
No, that's why a lot of other places in Texas and Florida, a lot of times they'll measure the fish because of length, because they're just not so fast. Yeah, you hear he's talking to you?
Here.
What's he said? He says, yes, no, listen to him, listen. Yes, I'm an inch bigger than your fish.
I tell you, this water feels warmer than the air.
Oh, the last couple of days, it's without a doubt. The fish are warm.
Nice, healthy fish. Woo, Venice redfish, man. Let's get another one. Well, after we caught those first 2 fish, we kind of drifted out of the zone, and there's still lots of bait flipping all over the place, and there's birds diving on them and stuff, and really looks like an active area. So Mike decides to go back up there and do another drift, and it didn't take long before, I mean, I had a serious hit.
Oh! I saw him suck that one down.
And this thing just starts screaming offline. I know it's a big one. Oh, he's coming at me. We just got into an area where the birds are just going crazy and bait fish everywhere, and sure enough, there he is. Oh, man.
I promise you one thing, he's not finished.
No, he's playing possum right now. He just came up here to say hello. That is a big redfish right there, ladies and gentlemen. We're up in a marshland, in a backcountry area, and it's 30-pound red. You know, we don't really get that size redfish in where I'm at, up in the shallows like this. I mean, he's pushing mud wherever he goes. Those reds are offshore in my area, but they're all just swarming around these marshes. It's a pretty incredible place. Look at him. Oh, man.
That's a good one.
Woo, I would say so. Thank you, sir. Now that is what we came to Venice for right there, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that thing. Wow. What do you think? He's got to be 25?
28 and a quarter.
28 and a quarter. Woo. That is what we came to Venice for. On the old popping cork, man, you weren't kidding about that thing.
In what, 1.5 foot of water?
Yeah, these big, I mean, it's probably a 40-something inch red, you know?
Oh, yeah, that's a nice,
that is a big red, man. I'll tell you, this Venice place is some serious business. This place is amazing, amazing. Look at the size of that redfish. Woo, boy.
North American Fisherman is brought to you by Triton Boats. We take America fishing. Venice, Louisiana has been through a lot. Hurricanes, oil spills, but the greatest threat to the area may be what's happening every day. The marsh that covers much of the area is quickly disappearing. In fact, state officials estimate over 25 square miles a year of the marsh is lost to man-made and natural causes.
That's what's crazy is if you look on the GPS right now, it says that we're on land. So you can just see, I mean, it says that all this is land and it's, you know.
The tragic part about the statement that you just said is this is one of the richest environments in the continental United States as far as estuaries.
Right.
This is the incubator for so much seafood, whether it's finfish, whether it's crustaceans. You know, this is where they all grow up.
Nursery, yeah.
And it's a nursery. And this land that we have lost and we're losing continuously up to, they're saying right now we lose a football field every half hour, and that's accelerating in Louisiana.
Incredible.
And if you lose this estuary,
You lose the fish.
you know, this it's not just about the fishing. It's about it's a huge picture.
Sure.
The fishing down here in Venice is legendary, and so is Captain Mike Frenette. Mike was the first, over 30 years ago, to offer the whole package: lodging, offshore, inshore. Still today, he has a love affair with the area and a sickness known as redfish fever.
Seen a lot of good things and seen a lot of bad things, but I tell you what, it's just a magnificent place. And when it comes to fishing, there's nothing better.
We pull up to another spot and we see a couple slicks out there, which Mike thinks they're actually fish. They're regurgitating baits and making these oil slicks. So he power pulls down, and it did not take long before we get yet another giant redfish. Fish on, baby. That's awesome.
That's a good one too.
That's a good one.
With this incoming tide, the redfish usually come over the top of these oyster reefs to feed and to look for bait fish and maybe even a couple oysters themselves.
Look at that guy. Beauty, beauty, beauty. He's got a mouthful of that popping cork. A redfish is a redfish wherever you go, but the conditions for me, you know, this water is almost chocolate milk down here. It looks like coffee almost. And to me, that is the kiss of death for redfish in my area. But for here, I think there's just so many and it's such fertile grounds that it doesn't matter. This dirty water, they eat it up, they eat all day, and it's awesome.
Yeah. Tyler, I'm gonna go ahead and get this guy ready to release.
Yeah, man, he's ready to rock. That's a solid, you know.
Whoa.
You think he was ready to go? Awesome,
I don't
man.
think he was worn out at all. Good job. Look, there's a couple more slicks out there.
I see him, yeah.
Let's make a couple casts and see if we can
Absolutely. Man, you think that redfish was strong. Look at the hook. I mean, that's a pretty hefty hook.
Yeah, it is.
You know?
Yeah,
he shook his head one time. Boom, that's how much power they have. But I'll tell you, we haven't caught a single small fish today. They've all been 30 inches plus, and that one was probably, what, 17, 18 pounds or so. That was a nice, nice redfish. I love it down here. This place is crazy.
We're lucky that there's obviously a lot of money that's been appropriated and allocated for the replenishing of the marsh, and hopefully we're going to see some movement in that direction relatively soon, because I don't want to be Mr. Negative here, but if we don't do something relatively soon, there's not going to be any arguments as far as what to do, because it'll be gone. And you know, it's not going to be gone tomorrow, it's not going to be gone next week, but it's the acceleration of land loss, of wetland loss in South Louisiana is tremendous.
As you can see right now, it says our boat's right here. All this green surrounding us is land. But now look out here.
What used to be land.
What used to be land. It says that we're on land on the GPS. But if you take a look out here,
it's solid water.
All water. All this used to be land. Just what, 2 years ago, he said. That's crazy. This is a 2014 model. So it just goes to show you how fast these marshes are accelerating.
You know, you take a look at these topographic maps, or you take a look at your GPS and you see the maps on there and you see that you're on land and you're not now, but what this open water now is just water covering what used to be there. So you've got some ridges underneath the water, you've got some highs and low spots, and like any other type of fishing, that's our coverage, you know, that's, or the fish's coverage. And you know, they use those to travel in traveling lanes to prey on the bait fish, and when the tide's coming in and the tide's going out, they use those for ambush areas. And if you can figure out where those areas
Speaking
are,
of
like
ambush areas, oh my goodness gracious, he wrecked it right there.
well, we're right on top of one of those little ditches right now, and look at it.
I think we must be. So, oh my gosh, it's a big one. Man, you really don't have any small ones around here. Every single fish we've caught has just been a giant. I'll tell you, this drag that I've got here is not loose. I'm putting the screws to this fish, and it's kind of just going where it wants to. Florida or North Carolina or Texas or here in Louisiana, they are all awesome.
These fish will just annihilate oysters and crabs.
Oh, yeah.
And they can just crush.
Yeah, if you look down in there, they have got some serious crushers in the back of his throat. See those things? It looks like little teeth on there.
Whoa, the big old fat redhead with a freckle on her tail. You gotta love it. It's my favorite type of girl right here.
Yeah. Look at the girth on that guy, huh?
No, that's a fatty, isn't it?
That is a fatty. Okay, what did you say? More redfish out there? Okay. Well, Venice, Louisiana is an incredible place, and I am so excited to get down here and fish. I couldn't sleep for nights before coming down here. All day we've been seeing these helicopters going by in and out, and what it is, they're taking these guys from the land and bringing them out there to the, what, thousands of oil wells that are out there, I guess. They stay out there for weeks at a time. It's pretty incredible just to see these helicopters going back and forth and bringing those guys out to sea to make our gas prices go down.
But I've got one more spot I'd like to try. We've got some underwater structure and along some pilings, and I think if we get in there at the right time, and this right now is the right time, the tide has really come up. We're almost to the top part of the incoming tide. If we can get in there, we're gonna double up.
Oh, there he is, right there. Woo, he smoked it.
Come on, cross over.
Sure. Awesome. Oh yeah, nice fish, man. That's just, you know, a little 35, 38 incher, you know. If I saw that thing on the flats around me, I'd be
going nuts,
just
huh?
Yeah, I'd be going crazy. Woo! That is a nice one. And there he is. I think he's a little bigger than you thought, man. I don't know. It doesn't look like a little one to me.
Yeah, I was just teasing. There's nothing small about him.
Woo! Oh, we got a double. We got a double. Oh, yeah.
Tyler, I tell you what, these guys are nothing but bulldogs when it comes to fishing on light tackle. These just insane fishing.
There he is.
There he is, Tyler.
Good job, Mike. That's an awesome fish, man.
Yeah. I like to fish redfish or any fish with artificial bait. And this is you and him and the fish. You're presenting the bait, getting him to attack it.
Pulling it.
Light tackle, big fish. That's what fishing's all about.
That's right. That is a nice one. Man,
that works, doesn't it?
Just another, you know, 40 incher. It's crazy, man. The size of these fish down here is just staggering. Look at the gut on that thing right there. Big, nice redfish from Venice. Awesome, man. All right, let's end it on a good note here, Mr. Mike. I'm gonna get this big girl back in the water. Say goodbye, baby. It's been an incredible day. Venice never ceases to amaze. I'll let you go. There she goes. Mr. Mike, you are the man.
Is that awesome?
That is awesome stuff,
Golly.
man. Just incredible fishing down here. Can't tell you how just amazing this place is down here in Venice. And I am tired, ready to go back to the dock.
Look at this, Tyler. This just goes to show you how aggressive they are. The teeth marks are on this cork when I was fighting that fish. That's what happened to you too.
Check it out.
That's incredible.
I got some too. That's from another
wait,
fish.
Are we comparing battle wounds here? What is this? I got my broken heart. Well, come on now. My cork's more chewed up than yours.
You get one fish on here, another one tries to eat that. This place is crazy.
Yeah,
Let's get out of here. I'm tired.
I'm exhausted.